Hello everyone, welcome back to Gent Watches, and today we are on episode 11 of Ranking of Kings. So, yesterday, I recorded it yesterday, so I shouldn't have forgotten what happened. Yesterday, we had Boji completed his training, and now has his little rapier, and is using that to fight people. We just learned about his fighting technique, which is using his dexterity and his skills to be able to hit pressure points on people and get them to just be knocked out cold without killing them. So today we are going to be continuing with that. I don't know what's in store for their journey right now, if they're just headed right back to the king, or if there's like more training that he wants to do on the way. I did see a character in the thumbnail, so like the character in the thumbnail that I didn't expect for them to see again, so we are going to probably go across that character, but we will see when we get into the episode. I'm just gonna make this a quick intro and jump right into this episode, but make sure to subscribe to this channel please, and comment down below your thoughts on this episode and my reactions to it and all that sort of stuff. I would love to see it in the comments below. So let's get into it. Episode 11.
We played together often when we were very young.
Ooh, some
Later, as I started to grow.
Dida backstory.
Is a pitiable child,
Eh.
feeble in body and mind,
Spider.
helpless on his own. It is your duty to become strong enough to protect him, Dida. Do you understand?
Ah.
It's talking.
Wow, he was given the mirror.
I could count on it to provide me with valuable advice.
Oh, I thought the mirror was a recent thing.
The praise I so desired.
Reign over its people as their king.
Oh my gosh, he grew up with an ego then, because he had a mirror that was complimenting him at every step.
Soon, without realizing it myself, I came to see my brother as a weakling.
You forgot your original goal. Can't read that. Episode 11. Anito Toto? I think that was.
Sebin,
Would you like to live 100 years, Prince Dida?
100.
Sure.
Don't be absurd. Who'd want to live that long?
Really?
That being the case, is the idea of
I
living
wouldn't
90 years
mind.
more appealing? Or is that still too long for your liking?
Sorry. What are you getting at?
Yeah, maybe 100 is too long.
Only making idle chatter.
Worse off in what way?
He's
Neither
blind.
of them can hear, but your brother is the more fortunate.
Oh.
That man is blind.
Blind and deaf?
Why then? Why would one carry on existing like that? To bear that burden? To survive on pity? I would sooner end my own life than live that way.
My gosh.
This man you'd call weak is pressing on when you say you would not.
That's just
Ooh.
Prince Dida.
You have to respect the
our
weak,
goal is
Dida.
to instill in you the strength to bring hope to everyone else.
Or what you consider to be weak, when really he's rather strong for enduring that sort of affliction. Ah, and with a smile as well.
We're going to get out of here together.
Oh, he's putting on the Deku face.
I did nothing. Stop! Did you listen when we said that?
Heinous villain!
How could someone be so cruel?
All this misery is on your head. Apologize.
No!
You abomination.
He doesn't have any hands.
They're all lying!
I don't understand any of this.
Neither do I.
And what little they didn't tear asunder, they stole for themselves.
What?
Isn't true!
What is going on? Oh my gosh. Oh, there goes the mask.
My mask.
Here.
Is her face gonna look odd?
That's mine!
What? What?
Are you? Your face is monster. You monster!
You're wrong!
Oh,
I'm not! I'm a little girl! And one day, I'm going to be a princess!
what would he call a monster?
She's quite hideous, isn't she?
Is it just that she's got like a deformed face?
You did it?
We flayed the skin from her face so all who look at her will see
Oh.
the mark of her sin.
What?
Cut off her hands to prevent her from resisting.
I thought they might have cut off her hands, but man! That's disturbing. Oh my gosh. I don't know what to think of this.
Miranju?
Miranjo.
Miranjo?
Let them bring you down. I'm on your side.
Oh my gosh.
Smell is him.
His smell.
What is going on?
You also know my father somehow?
This is present day Dida and past Miranjo.
Dad?
He's gonna learn to be nice through
No need
being
to
nice to
My
Miranjo,
mother will be coming to get me out of here soon.
which will be heartbreaking.
That's right. I swear it. Stay with
Oh,
me.
is it because Dida is trapped in his body and Miranjo is trapped in the magic mirror technically, and the magic mirror is probably corrupting her? So that is like the Miranjo that was, oh, I don't know.
It's as though a weight is lifted from my heart.
I do like that the magic mirror is like seemed like Disney evil at the start, but is now like quite a, this guy Denha. This is the guy who was in the thumbnail, and I was wondering why he was in the show still. What more do we have to learn about him? And we have a lot to learn about him, but I don't know what relevance he'll have to the story.
This has been set into motion by outside forces.
What
making
escaped?
use of a power we thought lost until
Oh,
now.
the weird thing that was eating at the end of last
Should that power
episode?
reach the surface, it would become a problem for all of us. The Order of the Underworld's commander.
Okay.
As the Sword King.
The Sword
Summon the
King.
captain.
Cool. What is that? Oh, it's gone now.
Onward.
I thought
Quickly.
that was Dida. Man, Dida and Healing look alike.
Please wait, Your Majesty.
Makes sense, mother and daughter, mother and son,
Built
but
for this.
we're seeing their training. Oh! Wow, he threw that like it was nothing. It looked hollow.
Could he be any worse than teacher? He only knows how to train himself. That's it? Did he say anything more specific?
He said no more than what I told you.
He only whispered for like 15 seconds, so
Agreed.
didn't get many orders.
Understand? You know, like King Boss is covering for someone.
But for who? Lady Miranjo.
Covering for Lady Miranjo? Was that the implication there? I'm really dense, so sometimes that sort of stuff slips me by. Okay, so she could control beasts even before she was part of the magic mirror. I thought that might have been a magic mirror power, but that's a Miranjo power. Whoa! That's her face! She's fine! She's all good! So it's only the
What are you so afraid of?
creepy child version of her that has a flayed face.
Your confidence has been stolen away by those who lacked confidence in
She's
you.
actually quite pretty.
My smile has no warmth. But
That's
you
true.
Are a glowing being with boundless potential. Simply
That they
envision
drew
the
a
man you wish to become.
warmthless smile well.
Little by little, you will become stronger.
Oh my gosh. Complex relationships here. And now she's just a mirror. Oh my gosh.
I've been expecting you.
We'll also be capturing the kingdom of Boss.
Huh.
Thanks for everything. You've done so much. for
Man,
us.
I feel like we've been saying goodbye to Despa for 3 episodes.
When exactly did you come up with a way to understand Boji?
Yeah.
I never did that.
Huh?
I don't know a bit of sign language.
He's just been nodding
For
along.
carrying a sword.
Aww.
Boji,
Boji.
please believe me when I say that your gratitude could hardly be more apparent. I should thank you as well. Teaching you has been immensely rewarding. Know this. You may feel weaker for what you lack, but in fact, its absence could be a source of strength.
Yeah, that's true.
It has led you to chart your own path through the world.
Yeah.
Most people could never hope to walk.
Courage.
Courage.
Hey! Wow, Despa was a better guy than I expected when we met him.
And they're believed to have entered the kingdom of Boss.
Whoa.
So we're heading straight back?
King Desha has deployed these soldiers to pursue said criminals. Please allow them to bring you along.
Quickly, there's no time to waste.
So yeah, they're heading right back to the Kingdom of Boss, which is good. We're getting right to it. I thought it would have been a long journey back. I thought most of the show would be them heading back, and the last, 4 episodes or something would just be at the kingdom. I mean, that might still be the case. They're not there yet. Yeah.
Black the brunette and red the copperhead. Professional
Black
killer.
the brunette and
massive
red the
demon
copperhead.
bearing a terribly powerful metal-clad body. The bandit Zoku, leader of the hordes of brigands roaming the Empire. The almighty Kingbo, long since...
This is a lot of characters.
And lastly, the Sword King of the Underworld.
That's a lot of characters. How many episodes do we have
He's
left?
frightfully
14?
powerful in his own right.
That's enough for like one every episode in a bit.
Faster! Yeah!
Oh, yeah, I just thought about the fact that Boji can't understand these knights because their helmets are covering their face.
Nowhere, and they quickly took King Boss captive.
He was captured?
Huh?
They took him alive? There's no way. Who are these 6 men?
We don't know.
King Boss captured? That doesn't seem possible.
Your Majesty!
So you've come, Hilly.
Oh. Oh my gosh. Are they almost there? Are Boji and the gang almost there already? Whoa! That seems like a quick pace, and I'm happy with it if it is. I wonder. Oh wow, okay, I am curious about the way they're gonna go about this, because they set up essentially they just set up a bunch of mini bosses, it seems like, and so if they set up, I don't remember how many it was, but like 7 or 8, let's say 8 mini bosses. There are that was episode 11, so there are 14 episodes left of this show. I think there are 25 episodes, so 14 episodes left of the show, 8 mini bosses. If you had 1 per episode, then that would be 6 episodes left over at the end, which would, if you did 1 per episode, that would give us enough time to have like a confrontation with the Magic Mirror and King Boss and like some wrap-up time. Like, you would have time for other stuff. So maybe that's what they set up here, is they just basically gave us like, this is now a path to the end of the show, because I'm pretty sure this show comes to its complete conclusion within 1 season. It's just a 1-season show. So if that's the case, they've set up the entire show right now, right here and now, if that's what they're going for. And it seems like that I think I would be happy with that, because we've had our setup, and as long as the storytelling remains good while we continue with this format, because sometimes, so here's the thing, sometimes I don't like this sort of format. This is like the Monster of the Week type format, right? Because it can feel stale and stuff. But I think there's a slight difference, right? I think for me, there's such a thin line between what I like and don't like. I like mini boss to boss format. I don't like Monster of the Week format, and there's such a thin line that separates those two, right? So JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is kind of closer to the Monster of the Week side of things, but I can't tell you why. I think just because, maybe just because there's so many generally in JoJo, where like it's basically like every episode or 2 episodes in JoJo, they will come across a newsstand user, and the newsstand user will have their gimmick, and then it'll do the same format of like, this happens and this happens and this happens and this happens and the resolution, and then they go to the next place, and then the same thing repeats, right? With the format of like mini bosses leading up to a boss, I feel like there's something that I like more about that, because Man, it's so hard to articulate. Because I don't really know what the difference is in my mind. But when I watch a show, like, this feels more like a mini boss format than a Monster of the Week format. And like, maybe it's just the amount of it that there is, and the importance of it, and how important it feels. Because this feels very important, and this feels like there's not that much of it. Like, this seems like it's going to the end of the show, when in JoJo it almost feels like they're stalling for time, if that makes sense. Like, it's like they want to get to the final confrontation, and you want that final confrontation, but the show is just trying to keep it as far apart as possible while it does other stuff in between. Not a huge diss on JoJo. I do enjoy JoJo. I'm over the last, like, I mean, in like a few months ago, I caught up completely on JoJo, on the anime of JoJo, and I there's a lot of things that I like about JoJo, but that's always been the thing that I liked the least about JoJo was the fact that that it was so Monster of the Week, that it was always, you know, oh, you come across a new stand user, the stand user has a gimmick, you figure out the gimmick, they spend an episode being completely destroyed by the gimmick, and then they, you know, do a last minute outsmarting and blah blah blah. Like, I like the outsmarting bit, I like the resolution to it a lot of the time, but I feel like, you know, a lot of the time it can be a little, especially, I think it was at its worst in part 3. I think in part 3 is when I was like really drained by it, because I also think that the characters acted, well, didn't act, they were in character, but they were very dumb. So it was like, they were dumb until the resolution bit, and they were constantly like falling for the stuff that you would hope they wouldn't fall for. I feel like all of that stuff's gotten better. Part 5 was awesome. Part 5 was the best JoJo part by far. And then part 6 is pretty solid so far. It's still falling a little bit into that Monster of the Week thing, but there's also bits that are really, really solid that don't fall into that. Anyway, we're talking about JoJo in a Ranking of Kings reaction. The only reason I bring it up is because I'm just bringing that up to compliment this for what I think it's gonna be, which is this cool little evolution of bosses to the end. But they might throw all of that out. In Demon Slayer, they set up a bunch of bosses and then just got rid of them. So they might do the same sort of thing here. Well, I don't know. I have no idea. I guess we'll see. I mean, maybe Boji won't even be the ones to handle these bosses. Maybe they'll all be handled in one battle. You know, they might fight together like you would expect a lot of these boss type things to do if it was real life. You know, they would fight at their strongest. They would fight together. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, I just hope that the storytelling keeps as good as it has been. We learned about Miranjo in this episode, but it's still kind of confusing what's going on there, but I'm super curious to see how that plays out, because now Daida has met like a child Miranjo, but it's like an alternate child Miranjo, one that I guess the soul of Miranjo was sent to this weird plane, and then that soul has been tortured, I guess. But yeah, anyway, that was episode 11. I'm sorry my discussion kind of sucked today. But I hope you enjoyed it regardless. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, really helps me out, and make sure to like the video and comment down below suggestions for other things that I can do on the channel, as well as what you thought of the episode and what you thought of my reactions to it and stuff and all of that. So thank you for watching, and I will see you later. Goodbye.